Okay, what is up everyone? So, today we are doing a video about the history of In-N-Out Burger. So, I go from talking about an important historical world figure to, hey, let's look up some random stuff about a fast food chain that is practically a religion. But there's an interesting story behind it. Alrighty, so wonder how long this is. Jeez Louise. Let's see. Wow, there's some Game of Thrones kind of stuff in here. Alrighty. Okie doke. So, what is In-N-Out? Well, if you've ever had a friend from California, no. Okay. In-N-Out Burger is an American regional chain of fast food restaurants with locations primarily in California and the Southwest. It was founded in Baldwin Park, California in 1948 by Harry Snyder and Esther Snyder. The chain is currently headquartered in Irvine, California, and has expanded outside Southern California into the rest of California, as well as into Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Oregon, and Colorado. The current owner is Lindsay Snyder, the Snyders' only grandchild. Let's see. As the chain has expanded, it has opened several distribution centers in addition to its original Baldwin Park location. The new facilities located in Lathrop, California, Phoenix, Arizona, Draper, Utah. I'm repeating what I said earlier. I'm just going to skip that. In-N-Out Burger has chosen not to franchise its operations or go public. One reason is the prospect of quality or customer consistency being compromised by excessively rapid business growth. The company's business practices have been noted for employee-centered personnel policies. For example, In-N-Out is one of the few fast food chains in the United States to pay its employees more than state and federally mandated minimum wage guidelines. Oh, good for them. Starting at $14 per hour in California as of July 2019, the In-N-Out restaurant chain has developed a highly loyal customer base and has been rated as one of the top fast food restaurants in several customer satisfaction surveys. So it's a funny thing. There's this rivalry between Texas and California, and oftentimes you will hear Texans just rip on In-N-Out in favor of Whataburger, which is our homegrown thing, although it's now owned by some Chicago business thing, but we still feign loyalty to them. Anyway, the thing I've never understood the antipathy towards In-N-Out, especially by like the kind of Bible Belt religious Christians in Texas, is In-N-Out has Bible verses on their cups, the containers of the burgers, the fries, just about everything. I mean, even Chick-fil-A doesn't do that. All right, so let's see. First generation. In-N-Out Burger's first location was opened in Los Angeles suburb of Baldwin Park, California in 1948 by the Snyders at the southwest corner of what is now the intersection of Interstate 10 and Francisquito Avenue. Man, that took me a while. The restaurant was the first drive-through hamburger stand in California, allowing drivers to place orders via a two-way speaker system. This was a new and unique idea, since in post-World War II California, car hops were used to take orders and serve food. The second In-N-Out was on the corner of Azusa Canyon Road and San Bernardino Road. The third was in Pasadena, and the fourth was opened west of the intersection of Grand Avenue and Arrow Highway in Covina, California in the late 1950s. The company remained a relatively small Southern California chain until the 1970s. The Snyders managed their first restaurants closely to ensure quality was maintained. The chain had 18 restaurants when Harry Snyder died in 1976 at the age of 63. Second generation. This is starting to feel like Lord of the Rings. The second generation. In 1976, 24-year-old Rich Snyder became the company president after his father's death. Along with his brother Guy, Rich had begun working in his father's In-N-Outs at an early age. Over the next 20 years, the chain experienced a period of rapid growth under Rich's leadership, expanding to 93 restaurants. The first location outside of the Los Angeles metropolitan area was opened in San Diego County in 1990, the 57th location in the chain. In 92, In-N-Out opened its first non-Southern California restaurant in Las Vegas, Nevada. Its Northern California location was opened the following year in Modesto. Expansion then spread to the Northern California, including the San Francisco Bay Area, while additional Las Vegas area restaurants were added. However, after opening Store 93 In-N-Out in Fresno, California on December 15, 1993, Rich Snyder and 4 other passengers died in a plane crash on approach to John Wayne Airport in Orange County, California. The charter aircraft they were on had been following a Boeing 757 in for landing, became caught in its wake turbulence and crashed. The ensuing crash investigation led to the Federal Aviation Administration requirement for an adequate distance between heavy aircraft and following light aircraft to allow wake turbulence to diminish. Upon Rich Snyder's death in 1993, Guy Snyder assumed the presidency and continued the company's aggressive expansion until he died from an overdose of painkillers in 1999. He was president for 6 years, expanding In-N-Out from 93 to 140 locations. His mother Esther subsequently took over the presidency. Dang, sounds rough. Let's see, the 21st century. The company opened locations in Arizona in 2000 and added new restaurants in Reno, Sparks, and Carson City, Nevada in late 2004. I could have read that better. Take 2. The company opened locations in Arizona in 2000 and added new restaurants in Reno, Sparks, and Carson City, Nevada in late 2004. In-N-Out became a huge success in these new locations. In 2007, it opened its first restaurant in Tucson, Arizona. The store opening broke company records for the most burgers sold in one day and the most sold in 1 week. In 2008, In-N-Out expanded into a 4th state by opening a location in Washington, Utah, a suburb of St. George. By late 2009, the chain expanded into northern Utah with 3 new locations situated in Draper, American Fork, and Orem. More locations were opened in the spring of 2010 in West Valley, West Jordan, Centerville, and Riverton. In May 2010, In-N-Out announced plans to open new spots into Texas, specifically within the Dallas-Fort Worth area, with the first In-N-Out opening in Frisco and Allen on May 11, 2011. The chain opened its first location in Austin in December 2013. There are 18 restaurant locations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and 4 in the Austin area. These new locations in Texas required the company to build a new patty production facility and distribution center in the state, according to company vice president Carl Van Fleet. In March 2014, the company confirmed its first location in San Antonio. So I actually visited that one when it first opened. I had a scooter back then, and I remember, I'll just drive on the side of the road. But then the side of the road converged onto a highway, and so I'm like, oh shoot. And I got there safely, and it was a long ride home. Let's see. Okay, lost my place. Okay. The fall of 2014 saw the restaurant open its 22nd Texas location in Killeen on November 20th, 2014. In-N-Out opens its first location in San Antonio, followed by its first location in Waco in November 2015. In January 2017, In-N-Out announced plans to expand into Houston, with multiple sites planned in the area, the first being Stafford. In January 2015, In-N-Out opened its 300th restaurant. 300? This is madness! Which was located in Anaheim, California. At the time of the opening, the company had generated $558 million in annual sales and employed nearly 18,000 in California, Nevada, Utah, Texas, and Arizona. The company opened its first location in Oregon on September 9, 2015, the same day as Harry Snyder's birthday, in Medford. It is supplied from the Lathrop, California distribution center that was completed in 2006. President Lindsay Snyder stated during the opening that they will continue to open new spots. A second Oregon location was under construction in Grants Pass during September 2017. On August 21, 2018, In-N-Out announced plans to open a location in the Willamette Valley in Kaiser. This would be the company's northernmost location. As of November 30th, 2017, the company announced plans to build a production facility and distribution center in Colorado Springs, ahead of an expansion into Colorado, which is scheduled to be completed in 2021. Oh wow, 2021. The first Colorado locations opened in Colorado Springs and Aurora on November 20th, 2020. 2020! On December 17th, 2020, the two Colorado locations had been deemed outbreak sites as 80 employees had tested positive for COVID-19. You know, who doesn't test positive for COVID-19? Am I right? That joke is going to age horribly. On November 24, 2020, it had softly announced that they were in the early stages of opening a store in Idaho. As of now, no new information has been released on when it will be. I'm just fuddling up the lines. As of now, no new information has been released on when it will open its first store or where in Boise, the city they hinted they will first serve. Considering the amount of time it took Colorado to get a store from when they first heard, the company will probably be opening in Idaho in late 2023 to early 2024. If they open 2023, they should do some sort of Avengers tie-in, because that's when Thanos is supposed to attack. Oh no! Esther Snyder died in 2006 at the age of 86 and passed the presidency to Mark Taylor, former vice president of operations. Taylor became the company's fifth president and first non-family member to hold the position, although he does have ties to the family. The company's current heiress is Lindsay Snyder, daughter of Guy and only grandchild of Esther and Harry Snyder. Snyder, who is 23 years old and known as Lindsay Martinez at her grandmother's death, owns the company through a trust. She gained control of 50% of the company in 2012 when she turned 30, and nearly full control at 35 in May 2017. After participating in various roles in the company, Snyder assumed the presidency in 2010, becoming the company's sixth president. However, most major decisions are made by a 7-member executive team. Snyder does not intend to franchise nor sell and plan to pass on ownership of the company to her children. Let's see. Oh, I misread that. Snyder does not intend to franchise nor sell and plans to pass on ownership of the company to her children. Let's see. So, wow. A lot of statistics. Okay, so products. There's nothing too crazy. I mean, I think the one thing to point out is they used to, they would make a burger size of any size. But, somebody got mental and they made a 100 by 100 burger. And so they disallowed anything larger than a 4x4. And so, yeah, famously, they keep their menu slim. I remember the first time I went there, and yeah, I was so surprised by how small the menu was. It was about as big as, like, maybe a painting, a far cry from McDonald's. Let's see. Oh yeah, so the thing that's really interesting, In-N-Out Bible verses. In-N-Out prints Bible citations in small print on areas of packaging. They are primarily found on the bottom underside of drink cups and the wrappers that hold the burgers together. This practice began in the 1980s during Rich Snyder's presidency, a reflection of the Christian beliefs held by the Snyder family. Good for them. Let's see. The first In-N-Out restaurant that opened in 1948 was demolished when Interstate 10, then US 60 70 99, the Ramona Freeway, now the San Bernardino Freeway, was built from downtown Los Angeles to the San Gabriel Valley. The freeway runs over the original location. A new restaurant was completed in 1954 near the original Baldwin Park, California location, but was closed in November 2004 and demolished on April 16, 2011, despite discussions about using it as an In-N-Out museum chronicling the origins and the history of the company. In-N-Out built a replacement restaurant on the other side of the freeway next to the original In-N-Out University, opened in 1984. They have a university? I'm curious what that is. A new In-N-Out University was built on the property. The university building houses the training department, which was moved from Irvine, California. In addition, the company restaurant moved from In-N-Out's Baldwin Park headquarters to the new lot, which holds the restaurant and university less than 1,000 feet away. In 2014, a replica of the first In-N-Out was built in Baldwin Park. Let's see. Let's see, legal issues. Rich Boyd lawsuit. In 2006, a lawsuit exposed a possible family disagreement over the chain's corporate leadership. Richard Boyd, one of In-N-Out's vice presidents and co-trustee of 2/3 of the company's stock, accused Lindsay Martinez and allied corporate executives of trying to force out Esther Snyder and attempting to fire Boyd unreasonably. Preempting the suit, Martinez, Snyder, and Taylor appeared in a December video message to employees, telling them not to believe everything they hear. The company then responded with a lawsuit of its own, alleging Boyd had construction work done on his personal property and charged it to the company, as well as favoring contractors with uncompetitive bids. Boyd was then suspended from his role as co-trustee, and Northern Trust Bank of California took his place as co-trustee until a hearing set for May 10, 2006. However, in April, the judge dismissed 2 of In-N-Out's claims against Boyd. A trial date of October 17, 2006 was set but never occurred, and a settlement was reached out of court. Ultimately, Boyd was permanently removed from his role as employee and co-trustee. You gotta wonder if that dude ever went back to an In-N-Out, or did that just totally put him off? Let's see, that would be awkward. You know, him showing up and like, I'll have a double-double. You want fries with that? Just give me the food. Anyway, in June 2007, the company filed a lawsuit against American Fork, Utah restaurant named Chatter's for trademark infringement, claiming that the look and feel of the restaurant too closely resembled that of In-N-Out and that the restaurant violated trademark menu items such as animal style, protein style, double-double. The company learned about this from Utah customers contacting the customer service department, asking if In-N-Out opened a location in Utah under a different name or if they had any affiliation with the restaurant in any way. Several customers stated they ordered trademarked items such as animal and protein styles. Utah District Court Judge Ted Stewart issued a temporary restraining order against the lookalike. Chatter's opened another location near the Salt Lake City area and one in Provo. In 2009, In-N-Out opened a restaurant in American Fork less than a mile from Chatter's restaurant. Per their website, Chatter's started selling a stubby double instead of double-double. The Chatter's restaurants in Utah have gone out of business since In-N-Out restaurants have opened in Utah. You know, say what you will about this, but maybe In-N-Out should have just done that to begin with. It's like, okay, you want to copy us? Then we'll just come down to your neighborhood. I mean, what better way to show competition than just, let's bring it on? Doordash Lawsuit. On November 6, 2015, In-N-Out filed a lawsuit against food delivery startup DoorDash, claiming trademark infringement. 2 months later, the lawsuit was settled out of court in a confidential settlement. DoorDash no longer delivers food from In-N-Out Burger. Oh, that's gotta suck for people living in California, especially during the pandemic. They want to get something, and let's see. But hey, all right, going through all that controversy, I feel like I have to read some of their charity work. The In-N-Out Burgers Foundation was established as a 501c3 nonprofit organization in March 1995 and classified as a human services fundraising and fund distribution organization under the NTE system. Based in Irvine, California, the foundation supports organizations that provide residential treatment, emergency shelter, foster care, and early intervention for children in need. Its grant-making activities are restricted to eligible nonprofit groups that are located or provide services in areas where In-N-Out has a presence. Consequently, grant proposals are only accepted from applicants in a limited number of counties in Arizona, California, Nevada, Utah, Texas. Texas. All right. In 2010, the most recent year for which financial reporting is publicly available, and before the opening of the company's Texas locations, the foundation contributed $1,545,250 to 231 grantees in Arizona, California, Nevada, Utah. Grant making is funded through donor contributions and In-N-Out sponsored fundraisers. Typical grants are between $2,000 and $20,000. Slave to Nothing. In-N-Out Burger founded the Slave to Nothing Foundation in 2016 to improve the lives of individuals and families affected by substance abuse and or human trafficking. You got to give them credit for that. I actually remember seeing stuff like that. I think I drove by one of their locations and I saw some advertisement, and definitely I saw that online. So, man, kudos to them on that. Let's see. So I really think the most interesting thing about them is, let's see, just the whole family situation. I mean, if you've got a moment, there's this great video about Lindsay Snyder there's a series called I'm Second, and she details her life. I'd encourage you to go check it out, but I think that about does it. I was bored. I thought, do a video. And yeah, so thanks for listening if you made it this far. And, excuse me. And shoot, doing all this talking about In-N-Out actually makes me hungry for an In-N-Out. All right, have a good one. Bye.